All right.
Okay.
Technology is a go, Mr. Chairman.
I'd like to continue the conditional use hearing of Three Creeks LLC, 2069 Bondsville Road. I'll turn it over to the hearing officer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We last convened this hearing on September 18th, 2025. At that time, the parties agreed to continue the hearing till this evening, October 16, 2025. I think when we last met, Bowling indicated that he had some additional testimony to present, which we will proceed with. And if the parties could give me some idea of what is going to be presented tonight, that would be helpful.
Could I just make one correction on the record? The parties did not convene for hearing in September. The last time this hearing was convened was in August. It was supposed to reconvene and conclude in September. The Township administration requested a continuance, to which we agreed, with the sole condition that the material witness requested from the Township Municipal Authority be presented for testimony this evening, to which Mr. Esty agreed, until this past Monday, which was October 13th of 2025, at which time we were advised by email that Mr. Joseph Boldaz would not be available this evening and that we would have to reschedule. And I want to make it clear on the record that it was communicated, and I hope nobody disagrees. If so, I can put the email in the record. But that Mr. Foley, Mr. Esty, and I communicated in September that if for any reason there was not a material witness, attorney, or consultant that necessary to the final hearing available, there would be a special session scheduled in October of 2025 so that we can wrap this up.
If I may, the hearing was convened on September 18, 2025. No testimony was taken, but the hearing was convened. Mr. Foley advised us that morning, due to a medical emergency, he had to leave the state, so he was unavailable. You agreed that we could continue the hearing. But the hearing was convened on September 18th for the purpose of continuing on the record till the
for the sole purpose
the board
of continuing upon the record.
At the end of this hearing, we will try to find a date in October to wrap this up. I've gotten Mr. Boldaz's schedule, which was provided to you. I've gotten Mr. Foley's schedule. The board is going to provide their schedule. The only schedule I didn't get was yours. And by the end of this evening, we will schedule another hearing in October to finish the matter.
My only concern, Mr. Esty, was that the emails that I received today and last night regarding available schedules for Mr. Boldaz included dates through the end of November, which to me are inapplicable.
I didn't speak to him about that, but I'm sure he was just being thorough, since he is an engineer. So I don't think there's any reason to waste any more time.
I don't think I'm wasting time, Mr. Esty. Respectfully, I'm trying to create a record here that I agreed to the continuance.
But nobody has told you that we're not going to have a hearing in October.
Mr.
Has
Esty,
anybody told you that?
As a matter of fact, Mr. Esty, you told me that you were going to plan on scheduling this for the morning of November 6th.
I suggested that. I didn't say that's when the hearing would be. I said
that was your first offer, so I want to make it clear on the record that we never agreed to continue this past the end of October. That's my only point, and I'm making my record. I'm not trying to waste anyone's time.
Well, that's fine, but no one has told you that we won't have another hearing in October.
No one has told me that we will have a hearing in October either.
I think you will know that by the end of this hearing, unless you're not available.
That would be fabulous. I will be present for whatever date.
Okay, very good. So, do you have anything to present evidentiary this evening?
No, my presentation was based upon the engineer of the Municipal Authority for East Brandywine Township.
So, the only evidence you intend to present at this point is the testimony of Mr. Valdez.
Well, I understand that Mr. Foley has some follow-up questions for the civil engineer of the township, and if I have any follow-up for that, I may.
Okay,
I
very
don't
good.
know.
But you don't have any other witnesses you intend to call
Not
as
other-
of this evening?
Not otherwise, if Mr. Klein presents the necessity for it, or Mr. Boldaz. So I don't anticipate that, but I can't say no for sure because I don't have him here.
So, in the event Mr. Boldaz says something or testifies to something, may cause you to want to call an additional witness, which you will not have available.
Well, actually, Mr. Esty, I do have an engineer present tonight because we were anticipating Mr. Boldaz being here, and if in the event that Mr. Boldaz testifies to something that needs to be rebutted or impeached, I would have that witness here again. He's here this evening, and I will have him here hopefully whatever night Mr. Boldaz is available.
You knew this past Monday that Mr. Boldaz wasn't going to be here.
Yes.
Yet Mr. Boyer is here this evening.
Mr. Boyer's here this evening because he'd already planned on being here this evening, and then we were advised that Mr. Klein was going to be presenting additional testimony. I'm trying to be efficient.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Foley.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Esty. First of all, with regard to all
But
that.
I just want to note one other thing. I'm sorry to interrupt. I see what appears to be a video camera on your table. Are you videotaping this meeting?
Yes.
I think that our rules require that you announce that, but that's fine. So we just want to make sure.
I think you said meeting.
Want to make sure. I just wanted to confirm that you're videotaping the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Esty. With regard to that discussion, may I please thank Mr. Winters, Ms. Dunn, Mr. Esty, and the board for continuing the September hearing at my late request. It had to do with a family emergency, and I appreciate everyone's willingness to bend on my behalf. Thank you very much. Mr. Esty, tonight I have a very brief testimony from Township Engineer Nate Klein and one exhibit to hand up. So I would remind him that he's under oath and takes the stand. Good evening, Mr. Klein.
Evening.
Subsequent to our last hearing in this matter, and I discussed the soils map that was taken from the applicant's custom soil resources report contained in their expert report from Boyer Engineering, which is their exhibit A18, did you not?
Correct.
At my request, did you carefully superimpose the soil sites onto the applicant's revised sketch plan dated December 4th of 2023, which is their exhibit A9?
We did, yes.
So I'm going to hand you a copy, or I've handed you a copy of what's been pre-marked as exhibit T13 and ask if that's your work product.
It is.
Approach.
Yes, please.
Optional.
Exhibit T13 is 2 pages. I should note that I also handed out one page of the Township Administration final exhibit list, which includes this entry of exhibit T13. Mr. Klein, can you has that. Do we need to project it?
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Are you receiving this package?
Thank you. Mr. Klein, can you just describe the first page of that and what it reflects?
Sure. As you had mentioned, we've taken the plan provided by Kennedy and Associates, essentially superimposed on top of that using various colors here, the soils maps and several buffers thereof. So you'll see various letters, CAB, CPB, GDC. These are various soil designations. The CPB designation is considered a hydric soil. We've clarified that, again, with the orange dashed lines and essentially shown that per the NCRS mapping that was included in the Boyer report. That's all available information. And that area is essentially shaded in light blue, would be the area that's included in those hydric soils labeled CPB. After that, we then took and showed a 50-foot buffer from those. You'll see red lines and a designation of 50 foot outside of those lines. That's a buffer requirement within our code ordinance as well.
Is that the riparian buffer?
Correct.
Yes. Just to walk you through how you arrived here, can I direct your attention to the second page? Simply a highlighted copy of the two relevant pages from the Township's Zoning Ordinance dealing with the riparian buffer zone. On the left-hand side, under the this is section 399-13.1, correct?
Correct.
And on the left-hand side, starting with the heading capital B, this is the section that deals with the concept, establishment, and importantly, the width determination of the riparian buffer district.
Correct.
And under subsection number 2, entitled Establishment and Width Determination, is a list of natural features from which a riparian buffer is to be measured. Is that correct?
Correct.
And so, for example, item number 2 at the bottom of the left-hand column includes all intermittent watercourses, including those identified on plans submitted by the applicants. And that was addressed in our previous exhibit, Township Exhibit T12, correct?
Correct. We discussed that at a previous hearing.
Yes. And then moving to the right-hand column is subsection number 4 in brackets, reading lands at the margins of wetlands with an area of 10,000 square feet or greater. The district shall be measured from the delineated wetland edge. So by reference to the first page is the area of CPB hydric soils contained within the subject property greater than 10,000 square feet.
Yes.
And by reference to the highlighted subsection B, in the absence of a wetland delineation, the wetlands boundary shall be assumed to be the hydric soil or water hazard soil boundary as mapped in the most recent soil survey of Chester County.
Correct.
And so is that your dashed red line indicating the edge of the wetlands presumed?
Oh, it's a dashed orange line.
I'm sorry, thank you, dashed orange line. And then in terms of the width of the wetlands, in terms of the width of the riparian buffer, down at the bottom of the right-hand column, for the watercourses that we talked about last time with Exhibit T12, the measurement is 100 feet. But am I correct that on subsection number 3, for surface water bodies defined in subsection number 4 in brackets, which includes wetlands, that the riparian boundary buffer is 50 feet long?
Correct. It's reduced to 50 feet instead of 100 feet.
And is that why you're not showing both 50 and 100 foot buffer?
Correct. Yeah. The other streams, the 3 streams that were noted on the applicant's exhibits, have those 100-foot buffers. In this case, it would only be a 50-foot buffer requirement.
Very well. But then by reference to the first page, the drawing, are there any of the proposed townhouse units, applicant's amended plan, that are not located within the presumed wetlands or the adjacent riparian buffer?
No.
Mr. Klein, as an engineer, do you have an opinion as to whether this property is suitable for development of a 21-unit townhouse development?
I think, again, based on I think similar to my prior testimony, based on the limited information provided, I do not believe it's capable of providing this many units.
Have all of your opinions, both in your prior testimony and this evening, been rendered with a reasonable degree of engineering certainty?
Yes, based on my experiences here in the Township, Chester County, 25 years of municipal engineering, my understanding of this code and projects here in this Township, I believe so.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Mr. Klein, I'm seeing this for the first time, so please bear with me. I'm curious whether, I just want to provide some clarity on the record. This Exhibit T13 is not a plan that was prepared by a township consultant, correct?
Correct. As we previously stated, it's an overlay of an existing Kennedy and Associates plan.
And can you please, again, describe with particularity how the delineation occurred with respect to, did you have a CAD plan from Kennedy and Associates to prepare this, or how did you produce the overlay?
I'm sorry, just for purposes of clarity. Exhibit T13, the first sheet, the portion that's in black and white only, is it correct that that was a plan submitted by the applicant, which is titled Sketch Plan, and the apparent author is Kennedy and Associates? Is
Correct.
that correct?
That's correct.
And the rendered part of Exhibit T13, the first page, the items that are in color, blue and yellow and orange and red, those were added by Pannoni.
Correct.
Thank you.
So how did Pannoni add the overlay to the plan that was produced by the applicant's planner?
We utilize the NCRS soils mapping data available online, match that up to this plan.
And what does NCRS stand for?
National Conservation Resource Service.
So is this data produced by Pannoni and Associates?
That data, no.
And did you have access to the CAD file from Kennedy and Associates to produce an accurate overlay with respect to dimension?
I don't know that a CAD file was prepared.
Did you request one?
No.
And so you didn't have one?
No.
And did you have a CAD file from NCRS to produce the overlay of the color portion upon T13?
No.
Okay. Now, with respect to the CAB, CPB, and GDC designations, those do not designate wetland areas, correct?
They designate hydric soils.
Hydric soils, correct. Are they all hydric, or are they just soils?
As I mentioned previously, CPB is the identified hydric soil.
Through the center.
Correct.
And so CPB, according to this overlay, runs through the center of the property, correct?
Correct, parallel to the stream running through the center of the property.
And for the second sheet of T13, Mr. Foley had you walk through some ordinance sections that essentially say, in the absence of a wetlands delineation, how you shall assume that the hydric soil shall be mapped, correct?
Correct. I think that's a fair representation.
And the only hydric soil being CPB, am I also accurate that the only hydric soil is the CPB designation?
Correct.
And I think his final question, Mr. Foley asked you whether or not the property in question was appropriate for the development of the proposed townhome community, and you indicated no.
I think that was the exact phrasing he asked, but I answered his question.
Well, the record will stand for itself. But that being the case, CPB, how you have laid it out. By the way, Mr. Klein, let me clarify this as well. Is this overlay that is produced as of T13 without access to CAD from either Kennedy and Associates or CAD from NCRS? Is this an accurate mapping of hydric soils and soils such as you would expect from an applicant?
I would expect much more from the applicant.
You would expect much more?
Yes.
Why should the applicant not expect much more from the township in rebuttal to its sketch plan?
I believe the applicant, I requested this information in my original review letter, my second review letter. The code requires it. This information has not been provided to date. We're making our best assumptions and approximations based on available data in the lack of actual information.
So there are assumptions and approximations?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's assume for one moment, for purposes of just only my next question, that your assumptions and approximations are correct, and that CPB runs a line directly through the center of my client's property. Is it your testimony that this property would not be suitable for any development?
I don't believe that was my testimony.
No, I'm asking. I'm not saying that you said that before. I'm asking, would this property be appropriate or suitable for any development based upon where the line shows the CPB soil and your testimony regarding the interpretation of Section 399-13.1B2A4AB and the setbacks relevant thereto? Would this be appropriate for any development?
Yeah, it could be developed in multiple different ways. It could be open space, parks, roads, trails, all different things. They may require relief from codes. They may require engineering studies, geotechnical analysis, soils analysis, permitting from DEP, permitting from PennDOT. Again, all information pretty much don't have. But I think some development is probably possible.
In your experience as a township civil engineer, who I acknowledge, I have all the respect in the world for you, and I know that you've been doing it for quite some time, but have you ever had an experience where a private property owner has submitted an application to develop a property for exclusively open space?
Applicant? Say that again?
Have you ever had an experience in your career as a township or a municipal engineer where a private property owner has submitted an application to develop their property exclusively as open space?
Yes, we've seen things. Riding areas for horses, for example.
Well, that's recreation, is it not?
Well, I mean, what's the question? I mean, I'm not sure what you're getting at.
Equestrian, it's recreation. Open space being what I would assume that you would be interpreting.
Maybe I should rephrase open space as parklands, recreation. I'm using those terms interchangeably.
open space trails, have you ever had a situation where a private property owner has submitted an application for the development of their property exclusively as a trail?
Exclusively as a trail?
Yes.
I can't recall one, no.
So outside of open space and trails, nothing comes to mind as to what this property would be appropriately developed?
That's not exactly not what I said. I said if we had additional information, soils data, geotechnical analysis, permitting consultation with DEP, there could be different types of development that it might be feasible for this tract. But based on the information provided at this time and the limited information we have, I'm not comfortable saying that based on my experiences.
So, but you said soil data. Soil isn't T13 the soil data? I mean, are you comfortable representing to this board that this is accurate soil data, or are you saying you need soil data?
I would have expected to see soil data. So
That wasn't my question, though. I mean, are you comfortable representing to this board, under oath, on the record, that this is accurate soil data?
based on the available information, yes.
That's not what I asked.
Okay.
Are you comfortable that this is accurate?
Based on the available information, yes. I did not test the soils. Soils tests were not provided. We're basing it off of the available NCRS data.
There's all the soil in some locations.
Oh. Which one? Which one is this? Which one? Which is this? Do you have, Mr. Foley, do you have your exhibit book that I can provide to Mr. Klein for purposes of looking at the previous exhibit?
Our exhibit?
Mine,
Oh, yeah, what number?
right now. Yes, dated September 16th, 2024.
Yes.
It is Exhibit A18.
Have
Thank you. For the board, I hope you all have your exhibit still. We are looking at Exhibit A18, which is the expert report for Three Creeks LLC, dated September 16, 2024. And approximately halfway through that report, there is a letter dated July 12, 2024, from Environmental Design Service to Boyer Engineering. Find that?
Yes.
Thank you. In the appendix to that letter, well, first let me strike that. You've seen this exhibit before, correct?
Yes.
And you've had an opportunity to review it?
Yes.
And on the last page of this exhibit, is there or is there not a soil analysis demonstration on the property?
Correct.
Yes.
Right. And are we looking at page 16?
Mine is not numbered, but it's the final page of the report.
Because I would focus on page 16 of the report. I think that's the information I'm looking for.
No, I'm right now I'm asking you about the last page.
Yes.
Okay. And that's something that you've seen before.
Yes.
And so, do you wish to revise your testimony that the applicant never provided any soil testing for the property?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, that there's soil evaluation that was provided with the initial application. You're correct.
Thank you. Okay, I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Very briefly, Mr. Klein, could I direct your attention first to page 7 of that report, the page that has the soil types delineated?
Correct.
Can you show that on camera? It's hard to see, but is that part of the applicant's exhibit?
Correct. That's what we refer to as generically, again, the NCRS mapping, but that shows the soils that are labeled CPB that we labeled on the overlay of the plan.
Does it also show those soils running basically through a wide swath through the center of the property?
Correct.
And then I believe in response to Ms. question, you started to talk about it. Another page, was it 16?
Yeah, I mean, I think the question that was not asked was, what this was done for, and this was done as part of a stormwater infiltration testing report that was prepared by Environmental Design Services. And of note in their report was, again, the confirmation of the Cokesbury silt loam, the CPB soil we had mentioned, as well as their results and conclusions, which stated that the soils were very poorly drained, somewhat poorly drained, and moderately well drained. In general, the site is poorly suited for stormwater infiltration, which was one of the large takeaways from their report.
Just for the record, I'm sorry, I don't need to. I just want to make sure that for whatever he was just responding, we all understand on the record what page you're talking about, because I have 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was a red page on mine. That's not necessarily across the
What?
Yeah, I'd like to clarify it too, because I'm looking at A18, which says expert report for Three Creeks LLC, dated September 16, 2024.
I could be more.
Mr. Esty, if it helps, I'll clarify. I took the liberty of numbering my copy so that I had to take reference.
Because, yeah, the first few pages of the exhibit have no page numbers. So you're saying if we count back 7 pages from the cover sheet, we get to a document called Custom Soil Resource Report Soil Map.
Correct. That was the first document
Page
left.
7?
Yes.
Okay. Because there are page numbers later.
Interlaid, yes. So, okay, so 1, 2, so 7 pages forward from the cover.
Thank you.
And then in regards to the commentary on the results and conclusions, that is pages 15 and 16 of that document. Also noted as the July 12, 2024 Environmental Design Service. Has a 2-page letter.
So again,
Correct.
there is no, I'm sorry, there is no written on the exhibit, the page numbers end at 14. And then what you're saying is 15 is a sheet that says Roman numeral 4 infiltration test results. That would be 15. And then 16 is the beginning of the letter dated July 12, 2024 from Environmental Design Service. Is that correct?
Yes, we might be off one page, but
I
yes.
know which one you're talking about. That's all.
Again, I was referring to the July 12th,
Yes.
2024 Environmental Design Service report. I was quoting, the second page of that generally. And yes, that follows after Roman numeral number 4 infiltration test results.
So pages 16 and 17 for purposes of numeration. And your testimony regarding the question that was asked to you by Mr. Foley of the difference between NCRS and site-specific soil testing was what?
It's one and the same. They're the same information.
Are you saying that the information that was provided by NCRS is the same as the soil testing that was provided on the last page of A18?
No.
Right, that's the clarification I'm seeking.
Yeah, no, that's not the same information.
I didn't mean to vote for you. I just wanted the record to be clear.
I think that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have any other witnesses, Mr. Foley?
No, do not. With that, Township Administration would rest this case and move the admission of our 13 exhibits that are enumerated on the list.
Any objection, Ms. Dunn?
To Mr. Foley resting his case or finishing? I do not have any objection to your exhibits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to, however, clarify upon the record that my only objection would be to the accuracy of T13, but not to the board's use of it necessarily. I think that Mr. Klein testified that he did not have CAD files for either of these, so I object to it, but I realize that this is a relaxed evidentiary procedure in these sorts of hearings, so I'm not going to be difficult, but I want the board to take it with, I suppose, that the amount of weight that should be assigned to it.
Understood. The board is going to admit the exhibit, and as all documents, the board will decide what weight to give to them.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Please, why don't we?
Do you have that?
I believe I do. And this was one of ours already, right? Do you want the email in, or can we just say it on the record?
I think I was just going to read it on the record. You want me to do it?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Because I feel like it's your concession to me.
Members of the board, this has to do with the applicant's exhibit number A16, which is the email exchange between Mr. Winters and so the parties have agreed to stipulate as follows with regard to that exhibit. First, that on December 18, 2024, Jason Winters sent Chief D'Amico a copy of the December 4th, 2023 sketch plan for conditional use, which is the applicant's exhibit A9, the plan that's before you, by his email of that date. Next, that on February 20th, 2024, Chief D'Amico responded with his email for you as exhibit A18. Thirdly, that if called to testify, the chief would confirm that the turning radiuses shown on the plan are sufficient for the fire department's purposes, provided that on-street parking is prohibited on the site. That last phrase is not included in his, that's the reason for this stipulation.
I just want to correct the record. I think you said exhibit A18. It is exhibit A16.
16, I apologize.
Understood.
And
But the
therefore, I
plan,
have no objection to today 16 coming in subject to that stipulation.
okay.
Thank
And
you.
you so stipulate on behalf of your client
Yes.
what Mr. Foley just read.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Dunn, do you have anything else to present this evening?
Not this evening, no.
Okay. Let's go off the record for the purpose of choosing a date for the remainder of the hearing. Now, let's go back on the record. The parties have discussed the continued hearing date, and the parties and the witness and the board will continue this hearing until Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 at 9:00 a.m. at the East Brandywine Township. Thank you.